Life often unfolds in ways that are unexpected, and within those moments of uncertainty, we often find the most profound lessons. We start our journey with a vision, a dream, or sometimes just a vague sense of direction, believing we know what we want and where we are headed. But the road is seldom straight. Twists, turns, and detours are inevitable, and each one contributes to the person we become. We learn from experience, from failure, from the joy of success, and from the quiet in-between spaces that don't make it into highlight reels. The longer we live, the more we understand that growth is rarely loud. It's in the patient waiting, in the silent choices, in the consistent effort put forth even when motivation fades. Growth doesn't always announce itself with a grand transformation. It creeps in slowly, altering the way we see the world and how we respond to it. There is a kind of beauty in this quiet development, even when it's painful. We become wiser not just by reading or learning facts, but by engaging fully with life, even when it bruises us. And perhaps especially then, because each scar holds a story, not just of what hurt us, but of how we overcame, how we healed, how we endured. To be human is to face adversity and to choose again and again to rise. Sometimes it's not even about rising dramatically, but about staying upright through the storm. That counts too. There's incredible courage in just continuing. Many people won't see the battles you fight, the thoughts you wrestle with late at night, or the burdens you carry silently, but they shape you all the same. You become more compassionate, more empathetic, more grounded. You begin to understand that everyone is fighting something, and kindness becomes less of a performance and more of a way of being. In a world that often prioritizes speed and perfection, it's easy to feel behind or not enough. Social media feeds us snapshots of curated lives, and it's tempting to compare, to measure our worth against filtered versions of someone else's journey. But comparison robs us of presence. It pulls us out of our own story and drops us into someone else's highlights. Your path will look different, and it should. You're not here to live a duplicate life. The timing of your breakthroughs, the rhythm of your days, the tempo of your success, those are uniquely yours. Trusting that rhythm can be hard, especially when society is shouting at you to be more, do more, earn more, look better, act faster. But peace comes when you begin to value your own pace. Some people teach us how to love, some how to let go. Others come into our lives as gentle reminders of who we used to be or mirrors of who we might become. Learning to appreciate these connections without clinging or resisting is part of growing emotionally. Not everything or everyone is meant to stay. Some encounters are temporary but meaningful. They shake us up or calm us down. They change us in subtle ways, and when they leave, they make room for something new. There's grace in letting go without resentment. I'm remembering people for what they brought rather than mourning what they couldn't give. Holding on too tightly can keep us stuck, while release often brings liberation. There is also great value in solitude. It's where we hear ourselves most clearly. In the quiet moments, without the buzz of distractions, we can reflect on our values, question our motives, and make choices rooted in authenticity. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's the fertile ground where creativity blooms, where self-understanding deepens, and where we reconnect with our core. Many of the world's greatest insights, inventions, and works of art were born in solitude, but we fear it sometimes because it demands we sit with ourselves. No masks, no roles, no performances, just the raw, honest version of who we are. We all long to be seen, heard, and valued. Connection is a fundamental human need. And when we find it, it nourishes our soul. But true connection requires vulnerability. It means being honest about our fears, our flaws, our hopes. It means risking rejection in the name of authenticity. And while that can be terrifying, it's also where intimacy begins. Real relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, are built not on perfection but on presence, on showing up again and again even when it's hard, on forgiving, communicating, holding space. Love at its core is not just a feeling, it's a practice. Gratitude transforms the way we experience life. It shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. It reminds us of what is working even when much is not. That we notice the sunrise, the taste of fresh fruit, the warmth of someone's smile. When we begin to appreciate the seemingly small things, we realize they were never small. Gratitude doesn't erase hardship, but it brings light into the darkness. It gives us the strength to carry on. And the more we practice it, the more resilient and joyful we become. In the end, life is not about having all the answers. It's about asking better questions. It's about staying curious, humble, open. We won't always know the way, and that's okay. Sometimes the journey itself is the answer. Sometimes the search is the point. What matters most is not that we arrive somewhere perfect, but that we keep moving, keep learning, keep loving. That we live in a way that honors our truth and brings light to others. And that no matter what, we never forget that we are enough right here, right now, just as we are.